Relationships are built on love, trust, and mutual effort. But what happens when one person gives everything while the other barely contributes? A one-sided relationship can leave you feeling exhausted, unappreciated, and emotionally drained. At first, you might not even notice the imbalance. You may convince yourself that your partner is just busy, stressed, or not good at expressing emotions. But over time, the signs become harder to ignore. You find yourself always reaching out first, texting, calling, making plans, while they rarely take the initiative. Your efforts go unnoticed, and appreciation is scarce. When you bring up concerns, they dismiss your feelings or make you feel like you're overreacting. Conflicts remain unresolved because they refuse to communicate, leaving you feeling unheard and alone. The emotional and physical connection starts to feel one-sided, as if you're the only one trying to keep the relationship alive. A healthy relationship should be a partnership where both people feel valued, respected, and supported. But in a one-sided relationship, you constantly wonder where you stand. You feel more like an option than a priority, and your dreams, ambitions, and emotions take a back seat. Deep conversations are rare, and when they happen, your partner avoids vulnerability or shuts down. You might try harder, giving more love, making more sacrifices, hoping they'll change, but the truth is, love should never feel like a one-person effort. If any of this sounds familiar, it's time to take a step back and evaluate your relationship. Are you truly happy, or are you just afraid of letting go? In this video, we'll uncover 10 clear signs that your relationship is one-sided and what they mean for your emotional well-being. If you recognize these signs, it may be time to rethink whether this relationship is truly worth your time and energy. Let's dive in. They always prioritize their needs over yours. In a one-sided relationship, your partner consistently puts their own needs, desires, and priorities above yours. They make decisions without considering how you feel or what you want. When you need support, they may be unavailable or uninterested, but they expect you to always be there for them. Your opinions, preferences, and emotions often take a back seat, making you feel insignificant. Over time, this imbalance can create emotional exhaustion, as you constantly give without receiving the same level of care or effort in return. A healthy relationship requires mutual respect and consideration, but when one person always comes first, it signals a lack of genuine love and commitment. 2. You initiate most of the conversations and plans. In a one-sided relationship, you often find yourself being the one who starts conversations and makes plans to spend time together. If you don't reach out, there's silence, as if your absence doesn't matter to them. They rarely check in on you, ask about your day, or make an effort to stay connected. When plans do happen, it's usually because you took the initiative, not because they genuinely wanted to see you. This imbalance can make you feel unwanted and unimportant, as if you are the only one trying to keep the relationship alive. A healthy connection requires equal effort from both partners, not just one. They rarely show appreciation or gratitude. In a one-sided relationship, your efforts often go unnoticed or unappreciated. No matter how much you do for them, whether it's emotional support, small gestures, or acts of kindness, they rarely acknowledge or express gratitude. You might go out of your way to make them happy, but instead of appreciation, you receive indifference or even entitlement. Over time, this lack of recognition can make you feel undervalued and taken for granted. A healthy relationship thrives on mutual appreciation, where both partners acknowledge each other's efforts. When gratitude is missing, it's a sign that your presence and contributions are not truly valued. 4. Your feelings and concerns are often dismissed. In a one-sided relationship, your feelings and concerns are often ignored, minimized, or invalidated. When you express hurt, frustration, or disappointment, they may brush it off, call you too sensitive, or make you feel like you're overreacting. Instead of listening and trying to understand your emotions, they might change the subject, get defensive, or make it about themselves. Over time, This lack of emotional validation can make you feel unheard and unimportant. In a healthy relationship, both partners take each other's feelings seriously, offering support and understanding. When your emotions are constantly dismissed, it signals a lack of respect and emotional connection. They don't put effort into resolving conflicts. In a one-sided relationship, conflicts often feel like a battle you're fighting alone. When disagreements arise, your partner may avoid discussions, shut down, or refuse to acknowledge the issue. Instead of working together to find a solution, they might blame you, make excuses, or act as if the problem doesn't exist. They may even dismiss your concerns as unnecessary drama. Over time, unresolved conflicts create emotional distance and resentment, making the relationship feel frustrating and unfulfilling. A healthy partnership requires both people to communicate, compromise, and resolve issues together. When only one person is making the effort, the relationship becomes draining and unbalanced. 6. You feel emotionally drained and unfulfilled. In a one-sided relationship, you often feel emotionally exhausted because you're constantly giving without receiving the same energy in return. You invest time, love, and effort, yet your needs remain unmet. Instead of feeling happy and supported, you feel lonely and unfulfilled, as if something is missing. Conversations may feel shallow, affection may be inconsistent, and you may start questioning your worth in the relationship. Over time, this emotional imbalance can lead to frustration, self-doubt, and even resentment. A healthy relationship should bring joy, comfort, and mutual support, not leave you feeling drained and unappreciated. They avoid deep or meaningful conversations. In a one-sided relationship, meaningful conversations feel forced or one-sided because your partner avoids discussing emotions, future plans, or anything that requires vulnerability. They may keep interactions surface level, only engaging in small talk or topics that interest them. When you try to express your thoughts, concerns, or deeper feelings, they might change the subject, give vague responses, or shut down completely. This lack of emotional depth can make you feel disconnected and unheard, as if they don't truly care about understanding you. A strong relationship requires open and honest communication, but when one person avoids it, the bond remains shallow and unfulfilling. 8. Physical and emotional intimacy feels one-sided. In a one-sided relationship, both physical and emotional intimacy often feel unbalanced. Your partner may only show affection when it's convenient for them, leaving you craving genuine closeness. They might be distant, uninterested, or dismissive of your emotional needs, making you feel like an afterthought. Physical intimacy may feel transactional rather than a shared experience, and emotional connection may seem forced or absent. You may find yourself constantly initiating hugs, deep conversations, or quality time, while they rarely reciprocate. Over time, this imbalance can create loneliness and insecurity, as true intimacy requires mutual effort, care, and emotional presence from both partners. They don't support your goals or ambitions. In a one-sided relationship, your partner shows little to no interest in your goals, dreams, or personal growth. Instead of encouraging you, they may dismiss your ambitions, downplay your achievements, or even make you feel guilty for pursuing them. When you share your dreams, they might respond with indifference or negativity rather than support and excitement. You may notice that they rarely ask about your progress or celebrate your successes, making you feel unsupported and alone in your journey. A healthy relationship involves mutual encouragement and motivation, but when one partner doesn't care about your growth, it signals a lack of true partnership and respect. You feel like an option, not a priority. In a one-sided relationship, you often feel like an afterthought rather than someone who truly matters. Your partner may only reach out when it's convenient for them, cancel plans without concern, or prioritize other people and activities over you. They rarely make an effort to spend quality time together, and when they do, it feels like an obligation rather than a genuine desire. You might find yourself waiting for their attention, wondering if you actually hold a significant place in their life. In a healthy relationship, both partners make each other feel valued and important, But when you feel like just an option, it's a sign of emotional neglect.